Hey Scott, hey everyone else, welcome back to 4 Running Shoes. So I did 13 kilometers this week, which wasn't as much as I would have liked. Um, and yeah, so at this time earlier in the year, I was hoping that by March I'd be running 40 kilometers a week. And I should be, really. There's not much stopping me. I've just realized that the main thing is that I'm struggling to fit in the runs each week. And that's mainly just because I'm prioritizing other things. And most of the time, they're actually really good things. Like I'm prioritizing my family and spending time with them and helping out at home and that sort of thing. Um, it just means it's getting tricky to get out and go for those runs. And it's definitely something that I still do want to be prioritizing. It's just hard to like manage different priorities and stuff. So yeah, at the moment I'm just wrestling with that, and this week I think was a real, yeah, okay, unless I really solve this problem, it's just gonna be same old like park run and then maybe one or two other average runs throughout the week. It's actually gonna take a lot of effort to fit in those long runs and yeah, just get out for those midweek runs. I'm aiming just for like 4 runs a week at the moment, and one of them being a long run. That one's particularly hard to figure out how to fit in, but yeah, just even getting out for 2 other midweek runs is also kind of tricky. So it just feels like a big sacrifice if I'm going to go for a run, especially in an evening. It basically just means that I'm running that evening and then we're going to bed. So yeah, that's okay. It just feels like a big sacrifice. And maybe that's the sacrifice I just have to make. But I'm also toying with other options for how I can get those runs in. Um, One of the things that gave me a bit of hope, which I might try and implement a little bit next week, was going for my 8K run. So I did a park run for 5Ks on Saturday, and then on Friday morning, I did an 8K run. And that was with a running group in Upper Beaconsfield near my house. It's like a 20-minute drive. But basically, I have to get up at 5:30 to meet them at 6, and then go for an 8K run, and I get back just after 7, sort of thing, which is actually works really well for my Friday mornings. It's just the girls get up pretty early, and so yeah, I feel bad leaving my wife to deal with them early in the morning on her own, while I'm out running. But they are starting to sleep in a little bit, so it's not actually that long that they're up before I get home, which is good. But hopefully that improves and it'll make it easier and easier to go out early in the mornings for a run. And so I'm thinking, well, I could even just do that throughout the week. It doesn't have to be the Friday morning. I could just leave home and go for a run at 5:30 and still fit in 8Ks or something before they get out of bed, because most of the time they're getting up around 6:20 at the moment. So yeah, I could get in a decent run before then if I'm just getting up at 5:30 and going for a run. So that makes me think, well, maybe I should be going to bed a bit earlier, getting up a bit earlier, and fitting in those runs that way. I just think it'll be tricky to get out of a warm bed and, yeah, find the motivation for that. But that's what it is. It's going to have to be some sort of sacrifice somewhere. And so I think maybe a nice cozy sleep in till 6:20 is going to have to be the sacrifice, and get up at 5:30 or something. So I'd like to at least try that once next week and see how I go with it. But other than that, mainly just been running by opportunity. So if it makes sense to go for a run one evening or whatever, I'll go for a run. And yeah, that's usually what I'll do. I like to try and commute a bit with running as well, so I might try that next week. So basically, if I'm going somewhere with Shelby, I'll go with her there, and then I'll run home and she'll drive home. That sort of idea. But we'll see how that goes. But basically, I'm just trying to fit in those runs, and it'll be a bit of a work in progress, I think. And it's interesting because I know I was fitting in runs last year. I don't know if things have changed or whether it's just getting back into that habit. But yeah, I'm just easing my way back into it. And I do have some plans for future races that I'm going to think about, so I'll let you know about that in the future. But I'm excited. I'm actually really motivated for running. I want to be getting those long runs in, getting that time, getting back to my peak form, and seeing what I can do this year. Anyway, I hope you join me for those sort of runs later on. But anyway, I'll catch you in my next video, and yeah, keep checking out Scott's training, doing a lot of hard work. Yeah, getting in those long runs, those really long runs to work up towards that marathon distance. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how you go on that marathon, Scott. It'll be really cool and hard, but it'll be great. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.